holler, he make you shout. Come along with me, we're tripping now. Now listen, girls, and listen, boys. These little things, they ain't no toys. They are for real, know what I mean. They make you holler, they make you shout. Come on, baby, we'll trip on out.
What is going on, y'all? Can you hear me okay? Welcome to Sea Monkeys Against Predators. I'm gonna start using that more often. It's a good one. I don't know why I don't use it more. Most of us are, in fact, or at least most of us identify as sea monkeys. And there's a good reason for it. Sea monkeys good, clowns bad. All right, let's see what we got here. FCC first. You already with the ass kissing, FCC. All right, and JFK second. Again with the ass kissing. And Decoys for Kids says hello. Well, hello back. Oh, annoyed. Good God, what? Who let that in here? Didn't we spray for them? Anyway, Annoyed said was watching a live stream of Pee Wee Herman reruns, so you hope this is good. You probably should just go on back there, Annoyed, because it's not going to be good. It never is, but apparently you don't learn from history. Okay. What's going on, Lisa? Yeah, when I was a kid, I watched Pee Wee's Playhouse, the original one that was actually for kids, not the one where he got caught beating off in a pornography theater, which was kind of disappointing. When you find out that your heroes are just characters and not really real, it kind of. But anyway, I was a kid when Pee Wee's Big Adventure came to a theater near you. Yeah, and I don't remember much about my childhood, but I remember going and watching that movie with my cousin that day. It's a weird thing to remember. All right, who else has snuck in here? What's going on, Mr. Section 15? What is going on, Mr. CCC spokesman and co-founder? What is going on, Batmom? We got all the cute ladies in here tonight. Josh's big baby got your hips hurting today. Hey, well, it's what you get for hosting a Jewish parasite in your body. We tried to warn you. Whenever my baby mommies would complain and believe, and look, I completely sympathize with pregnant ladies. I was always glad that I was the daddy and not the mommy, but whenever they were complaining about that kind of thing, or if the kids were acting up a little bit, I'd look them right in the eye and say, hey, I told you to swallow. It ain't my fault. What's going on, Susan? What is up? Pull over. From deep in the heart of Texas. What's going on, Treach? How you doing? Cancel Annoyed. What's going on, Tanya D? I hope everybody's doing just fine. I get these people all mixed up, but I've been asked a couple of times, What happened to Cooley? I don't watch Tommy, so I didn't notice that he was gone. But apparently, he's not been seen on Tommy's lives or in the chat. So, if anybody knows what happened to Cooley, if you're permitted to say, we'd like to hear it. I would imagine he's probably seen the light like everybody else. 9.5 weeks. You'll make it. We have faith in you. And Rip. Oh, is Rip missing too? Rip was the one that, like, he built a channel up and then gave it to Tommy, and it got taken down pretty much immediately. That was stupid. I mean, how would you not know that that was going to happen after all the other ones had just been nuked? I don't like it when YouTube nukes any catcher because it just feels like it's open season on all of them. And that's why I speak out against the dirtbags like Tommy, because it makes the whole thing look bad. And I'm not beholden to any one catcher, but uh, I am beholden to the movement itself, which is why I've gotten a few of the bad actors out of here. Though it's been a while. What's going on, Vic Cook? At work? Fuck that. That's your own fault. What is going on, the ever so lovely General Sea Monkey? What's going on, Meth Claus? You're drunk with Jerry Springer stealing springs. I would expect no less. Built his own channel with Tommy's content. Tommy got all pissed at him for not sharing the profits. What the Jesus Christ? What a bitch. Both of them. I never really watched R.I.P. Preds. I just didn't care. I don't know. I got, like, he's done nothing to me personally. But I'm like, man, this something about this Kermit the Frog sounding motherfucker rubs me the wrong way. So I just didn't watch. What's going on, Jamie? Oh, you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything at all. Yeah, but you got a small channel. I mean, I'm not monetized, so I don't really know how much people make off of it, but probably not making jack shit anyway. And Tommy wanted that profit too. It's just, I don't know. Is that why the dude handed it over to him, or was he just trying to help? I don't know. You're surprised when you saw them repost that catch, and even more surprised when you saw they didn't edit that part out. See, that's what, like, it's already, if YouTube nukes something and you put it up on another channel, um, they'll nuke that whole channel. I mean, Jay found that out pretty quick. They nuked one of Jay's channels within 6 hours. What's going on, Matt? Yeah, that's the thing, JFK. Tommy doesn't even pay his decoys unless he's pressured into it. So if Rip cared about saving kids, he would donate to Alex instead of stop supporting Tom. Hey, that's a good point, Myth Claus. Rip gave Tommy his YouTube channel. Rip made his own TikTok, and that was The one who didn't share with Tommy. Okay. I don't even have to. I won't have TikTok. I don't want it anywhere near my phone. I mean, all these apps spy on you, but I guess TikTok is especially bad. Yeah, Vic Cook, I noticed that too. But we are all about telling the future here. The people around here have such short memories. Like pretty much everything that I've predicted, like it almost I can't remember. I'm not saying I'm never wrong because I was wrong once in 1989, and I was wrong twice in 1995. So it does happen. It's just pretty rare, but I don't have a crystal ball. I just look and see what happened 6 months ago, and like shit always repeats itself around here. Yeah, I'm just saying that shit for Telly because I know you're listening. You insecure little twit. No, Telly, I don't know everything. I just know more than you about some things. Nunya has the memory of Sid. See, people like Nunya, they take advantage of people's short memories. I mean, they gaslight all the time, can be caught, totally caught in a lie, and they're like, nope, you're lying. And some of these idiots, I think some of them just don't want to think for themselves, but some of them just haven't been around long enough and they don't know. But that they should all feel insulted that she takes for granted that she can get away with that. Nani lost $1,000 from work because she called in fat. Oh man, that'll do it. I used to fuck when I didn't hardly until I got hurt. I didn't hardly miss any work at my steelworker job. Um, but when I did call in, I'd call in gay and all kinds of shit because it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Like so, we could call in vacation days, and you don't need a doctor's excuse to do that. So I would just be like, "Yep, I'm not coming in today. Found out I'm gay. Sucked a big old dick over the weekend. I'll take a paid day. So whatever." What's going on, Scamula? What's going on, Sam's Clit? Speaking of sucking dick, oh, that is sweet. Thank you, Sam. Sam's Clit. I'm not sure if that's meant for me, but I'll take it. But anyway, I think the link is pinned if anybody wants to come up and you got something to say or you want to debate or argue. If you're gonna argue though, you gotta not yell and scream because I hate that shit. Imagine getting paid. Hey, they paid me pretty good to be good. The camaraderie. Hey, what's going on, Great White? The camaraderie in that kind of setting. You got a bunch of big, tough, sweaty men. The camaraderie in those places. Uh, people like gay all the time just for fun, and it's kind of a way to weed out the weak ones. They put a dude working with me one time. It was his first day, and I didn't come on too strong. I was just making little subtle hints, like inviting him to go out on my boat, which I didn't really have a boat at the time. And like, yeah, you want to come out on my boat, man? We go fishing and get to know each other. And he's like, yeah, that sounds great. I'm like, all right, but you gotta oil me up. You gotta make sure that I'm properly protected with the sun. Shit like that. Well, lunchtime come along and I go to lunch, come back, and the dude doesn't show up. I'm like, what the? He probably fell asleep in the bathroom. A lot of guys did that. So I kind of went looking for him, couldn't find him. So I went back to work because I was starting to get behind. And my boss comes down and he's got papers in his hand, and he's doing that thing where they have papers kind of rolled up and they're kind of slapping their other palm with it. And he's like, "What'd you say to that guy?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What guy?" "You know who I'm talking about, the guy you were training." I'm like, "Oh, that guy." I was just trying to get a blowjob out of him, Ralph. You know, well, this dude was so freaked out by it that he quit. He just got in his car and went home, and then he called in and quit. So, but if he can't take a little bit of that kind of stuff, he's not going to last long in a factory anyway. You gotta you gotta have thick skin, or people would just burn you alive. Does anyone think if a catcher was rich, would they continue to catch? No YouTube, no audience, just busting bad guys. Yeah, Jamie, if they're in it for the right reasons, absolutely. Look, there are, like, I don't know how many, but there are a bunch of groups out there. I'm kind of working with one of them right now. They don't put any of their stuff on social media because they don't want the drama attached to it. They're not looking for attention. They don't take donations, and they spend a lot of their own money on and honestly, that's where some of the cocaine money went that I've gotten here. Because they don't put their stuff on social media. They still record everything, and my job is to get a hold of everybody that they know on Facebook and making sure that they all know what the guy is. Just give them the information, and they can do with it as they will. So we do make sure that everybody in their life knows what they are, and we do turn everything into the police, whether they want it or not. So there are groups out there like that. And there are also groups that are just in it to beat the fuck out of people, which, fine, I'm cool with that too. They just want to test their MMA skills, and they know that these dudes aren't going to call the cops. And I also worked with a group like that, and I got no problem with it. But when things got slow, they were kind of like wanting to lessen the standards a little bit, and I wouldn't do that. So, and the way they were going, they would have eventually, if they, yeah, they're going to end up in jail. And I didn't want to be an accessory. I don't mind when actual predators get their heads caved in, but um, yeah. So there are groups out there that don't get any public recognition or attention out of it. And yeah, it does make it bad for the other catchers. That's why. And I like DAP. I like what they do, but when they put it on YouTube, um, people use that against all the other catchers, and it makes it more difficult for all of them. Guys, there's a swarm of bees in the trailer. You'll be sleeping in the Kia tonight. Is that a thing? Don't think it's the desired kit. Yeah, it just depends on why you're doing it. Like I said, the dudes I'm working with right now, they spend their own fucking paycheck because they'll put everything on thumb drives and like give it to the wife or employer, especially if they have a job that puts them in contact with kids. They spend their own money on stuff and they do not accept donations. But yeah, Alex has found a way. I'm kind of proud of him. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I used to talk to him fairly often when he was just a little big baby catcher. I remember there was only like 20 of us in his chat. Those were a blast. That's where I started to know people. I'm proud of it because he's found a way to expose these pricks and be able to see uh, like the whole country and get paid to do it. So and employ friends. So yeah, I'm a pack of Wolverines. Wow. I guess that's one way to get rid of a wife. All right, am I still roboting? All right, hold on a second. Fuck. Oh, we're good now. All right. If it happens again, I'll try something. I don't. It's probably just because of the area that I live in. But yeah, I'm just saying that I'm pretty uh, proud of Alex because he's a young man and right out of high school, just starting his life, figured out a way to travel the country, expose predators, and get paid to do it. And he's not out there like he's not a grifter, you know. I mean, I don't see it lasting forever. Um, but for as long as it does last, he'll have this. Uh, yeah, people that don't do jack shit but play video games and watch YouTube in their 20s and 30s. Like they'll have nothing to reflect on when they get older. And trust me, that'll be an important thing. You can't live in the past, but you know, you'll understand. You'll understand when you're my age. You'll understand when you've had a few close calls with death. You're drunk with 19 bikers in Sturgis tweaking peanut butter meth. Hey, uh, except for the meth part, hanging out in Sturgis, yeah, that creates some memories. But the problem is staying sober enough to remember everything that happened or anything that happened. We have a, it's like a mini Sturgis here. It's down in southern Indiana. It's called the Bean Blossom Festival. It is. It's just like a mini Sturgis. It's a biker rally. Um, they have some pretty big acts that come down and play, and it's just as filthy and nasty as Sturgis. It's just smaller. And I haven't been to that in a long time either. Daytona, yeah. Well, the I used to go to the Indy 500 time trials every year. I think the cops made them clean it up so it's not as nasty now. But there was an area called the Snake Pit where everybody was completely smashed and chicks walking around topless. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of debauchery. Like there would be fucking people getting blowjobs right out in the open. It was wild. But you can spend all day down there, like the week. before the Indy 500 and never actually go watch the racetrack and have a blast. What's going on, Josh? What kind of links are we dropping now? I'm sure that it's cool because I completely trust Josh's judgment. uh, I've never, I've never been to the Daytona 500. I've been to the Indy. Like I said, I used to go to the Indianapolis one, not the actual race, but go to the time trials every year. All right, guess who live? Are we? Hold on, I missed something. All it shows me is the numbers to link it. Like I can't tell um, who the link. Oh, it's for PvP. All right. Yeah, I will not be offended if you go and watch a catch. Go for it. Oh, yep, I see the notifications. It's two catches Friday. We're gonna be on South Park. Hey, it's possible. You've been to both. Yeah, I always wanted to go to Daytona, but I just could never fit it in the schedule. Guess it's not too late. I'm not dead yet. But I only made it to Sturgis once. But the Bean Blossom Festival really is just as good. It's just not as big. I'm I don't even have a bike right now, which is unusual and breaks my fucking heart. But I laid down my last one in 2019, and it's because of my my spine issues. I can't always tell where my legs are at. Um, it's probably not the best idea for me to be on a bike, but I kept riding anyway. And yeah, so I laid my baby down in 2019. I could always I could always get a smaller bike and be a fag on a Sportster. Yeah, I don't think so. Daytona Beach. Like, you know, uh, people are chicks are walking around topless and stuff. Yeah, there's a few nice looking ones, but like you don't want to be one of those assholes that stands there and gawks at them with your mouth open. You know, I don't do that. But most of those walking around topless are ones that you do not really want to see topless. And sometimes they are bait. Like there'll be a really attractive one out there with her boobs hanging out. And but if her old man catches you looking at her, even though she's standing there for the whole world to see, if her old man, like they use it as an excuse for him to beat the shit out of somebody, and some women get off on that. God damn it! Hold on. All right, is that better? I might have to go for a walk. Are there ugly boobies, or do men love all boobies? I'm a fan of all boobies, but some of them, uh, there is a limit. You know, if they look like socks with oranges in them, wear a fucking bra. By all means, take your shirt off, but just like, you know what I mean. I mean, it's a safety hazard. Some of y'all look like you could trip and fall or trip somebody else. And when you have chain driven bikes, there's a chance like one of them damn things could get caught in a chain, and that would not be cool. Yeah, more preferable. All are welcome, but you know, I don't expect them to be perfect bodies. You know, I got a lot of brilliant, you know, and then they'll tell you, oh, I'm not fat, I'm retaining water. No, no, you're retaining Twinkies in old Milwaukee. Why don't you go for a walk? And then you went to the beach, you would eat up all the fish and the sea monkeys. Yeah, they ain't catching us. I can't tell what that emoji is, Batman. What's going on, Shauna? How are you? Yeah, most people don't get notifications. YouTube has me blacklisted again. Or still, I should say. Damn it! Hold on. Let me let me get something fixed and I'll go for a walk. That'll got fucking guns laying all over the place. I gotta get my shit together and then we'll go for a little walk. Sorry guys. Fuck's sake. Alright. I'm just gonna have to walk and change locations. I'm sure it's because I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Alright, is that better? Being blacklisted something with being a big. No, it's not. I will never earn a black card. It's just because I'm an asshole. But yeah, people, and I don't think I'm the only one having this problem, but I constantly have people telling me I don't get any notifications. I can't comment on anything. Some people think they're blocked and they're not. What else? Like I say, they try to hit the like, but nothing happens. And I don't think I'm the only one. In fact, I know I'm not the only one having similar problems, but yeah. on the one hand, they're always tell, "Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great. You got X amount of views. You got X amount of likes. Blah blah blah." They try to get you to monetize or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. But then on the other hand, they don't send out notifications. They don't let people comment. They blah blah blah. I don't know. It's yeah. You wish you lived somewhere else. I don't mind living here. I love being out where like I can go for days without seeing another human being. It's just when it comes to internet and stuff, there are a lot of dead spots, and I'm like right on the edge of one. Probably better get a light going so I don't get run over. Get it together. See if anything will scare the hell out of us. There it is. That's the porthole to. Let me get rid of that. That's the porthole to the trailer park section of Narnia. One of these days, if you guys are good, I'll take you through it. Oh yeah, I know. I remember what I was going to talk about. We've been doing a little bit of testing. I'm trying to find a way. I'd like to have a membership type thing without having a membership type thing, so I can keep out undesirables and stop the fish tankers. So we've been testing it on the Sea Monkey Discord, and we know how to do it. But that Discord's not open to everybody. Sorry. Um, and I really don't want to start another fucking Discord. I think I can make it so that people can just use it to get notified. And the way it would work is I put the link to the live in that Discord, and then you have to go there and click it to be able to watch. Like you won't see it come up in your YouTube notifications. You have to be notified from the Discord and then click on it, and then only the people that have access to the link can watch it. So that will be kind of a way to have membership, but nobody has to pay. Only the cool kids will get in, because you can regulate who's on. What's going on, Dead Twist? You can regulate who is in your Discord. So I mean, eventually somebody will get in that'll leak it or whatever, and it'll have to be dealt with. It's not a perfect plan, but yeah, we'll figure something out. I will still go live, in the usual way, but it just won't be as much. I mean, of course, there are bugs to be worked out. Yeah, spokesman. I expect that to happen, but like I said, if we're not sure about somebody or whatever, I'll just have to know. Of course, I'll never ask for anybody's real name, but I'll just have to know. You can, if you don't want the general public to know who you are, you can make a different Discord account or whatever. And I will never fucking tell anybody who it is, but I need to know who you are on YouTube. So that'll be a way of that'll be how we'll. I mean, when you sign up for a membership, you have to show them who you are anyway, right? Except this will be kind of the same thing, except you won't have to pay. Yeah, I've never even had a Gilded account. I have enough social media bullshit on my phone. I don't really want to start another one. But I should be able to set up the Discord in a way where like you can't chat in there because I don't want to have to babysit a chat. And fuck, man, I made another Discord at somebody's request because she was gonna set it up to where the people, and this would only be for the people that fish tank other people regularly. I got the Discord set up already. Uh, she was supposed to figure out how to replay their shit, and then you'd be able to go in there. Like it wouldn't be a link to their stuff; it would be a totally separate thing, so that their views can get sniped, and we'll see how they like it. And then if you're banned in there, you'd be able to chat kind of like you are on YouTube with each other. That was the plan. I don't know how to do all that, but I did make the Discord. I don't know. If somebody else wants to do that, that's fine. I'll hook you up. But what's going on, Jenny? If we show boobies, can we get in? Asking for a friend. Well, you don't have to show boobies to get in there, but it will get you in. Yeah, Shauna, hit me up on Instagram. Do you know my Instagram? It's Bill FKN Powell is my private one. Yeah, it depends on who your friend is. Yeah, you're right, Jamie. I used to run a ton of Discords for most of them were for catchers. And after a couple of years I got sick of that shit, so I handed them all off to other people. I just didn't want to do it anymore. And you're right, it does get pretty clicky, but I believe that I can make one where nobody can chat. It would just have the link. I think I can set it up that way, so there wouldn't be any chatting in there. Um, except for the one where we are restreaming the restreamers. 42E, is it too big? I've never seen boobies that were too big, but it's about structural integrity, to put it nicely. But I don't like giant fake ones though. I like real ones. Oh, Bat Mom. Oh shit! What's wrong with FCC now? Have we gone? Have we gone a whole day without anybody spurging? Because I wasn't really paying attention to YouTube today. I know that NCF spurged out 2 days in a row. Rage quit her own stream, but I don't know if she was even live today. "42E, like my son's mom, she had 38 double Ds when we first got together. Had a nice pair of 38s, and then after she got pregnant, they turned into 42Ds. But I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time picturing E's. I don't think I've never got to play with an E cup. Double D is as big as my portfolio has gotten. Is NTF okay? I don't know. I don't. I stopped talking to her. You have a new staged. Yeah, make sure you guys definitely donate to the staged catches because, um, just because. I feel bad for uh, well endowed women. Really, not that I feel bad. I don't know. It's just they cause a lot of problems. Like the girls I've dated that have had big and the tiggle bitties, like they always have back problems. And I don't know if you gentlemen have ever went with a female to pick out, like to shop for bras, but it's not fun. I mean, in theory, it sounds cool. Like, hey, yeah, boobies, whatever. But they have a very hard time finding bras that fit right or that feel right. It's a very long, drawn out process that I hope to never be a part of again. I mean, I'll do it. I'll be there for support. Get it? Support? Yeah, whatever. Shut up, Bill. Um, what's going on, Pokey? Did NTF sell her soul to the devil? That I cannot confirm. I know that she told a lie that involved me, which pissed me off. And like, I'm not trying to. You have people that are manipulating her and using fear and other tactics to get her to do what they want. And I'm not taking part in that, so I just stopped talking to her. She flip flops back and forth all the time, and she'll do it again, and I just don't want to be a part of it. Going bra shopping with Juniper would be fun. You might want to buy that girl some underwear too. I'm joking, not really. Finish chores and fed your cats. Right on. That's kind of how my afternoon went. What the hell is that noise? I think something's following us. I got an awesome surprise today. Got me some new. All right, they're not really pants. I'm actually wearing Farmer Joe overalls, but got them brand new today, and my Glock fits perfectly into the tool pocket, and it sits right exactly where my hand goes when I'm just walking around. It's awesome. I was worried about I was going to wear a holster with this, but I don't have to worry about that now. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on, Angela? Seems I have a knack for attracting certain types of women. Yeah, that is a fact, but it's the crazy ones. It's and just so you know, I never flirted or talked like that with NTF because I knew better. There is nothing juicy in our DMs. Is FM in that cornfield looking for you? I doubt it. City boys like that shit their pants out here. Like, it's weird, man, because that there's always that cliche, and there's some truth to it about the country boy that gets into the city for the first time and he's fucking terrified and doesn't know how to act. And there's some truth to that, but uh, when I was in FFA, we had an exchange thing where we would send some of our rednecks into Chicago for a week, and we would take some of the city folk out here, and they are fucking terrified because they've never seen. I mean, this is the camera's on. You know, it's people that aren't used to real country dark. Like it terrifies them, and they've seen these movies. You know, like Children of the Corn and shit, and like things like that do happen, but it's usually meth heads that somehow get lost in a cornfield, and when they pop out, they're jonesing and dehydrated. It does look like you're getting attacked by zombies. But yeah, people, if you're not used to it, people just don't know how to navigate out here. And you would have a real tough time pulling up on me without me knowing about it in advance. It's not just that I can see it coming from whichever way you're coming from. It's like there are older people that live out here that literally have nothing better to do than to sit on their porches all day long and watch traffic go by, even though it's like one car every 3 or 4 hours. But they know every car that belongs out here and what time they go by. Like they know what time people are going to work, coming home from work. They know which neighbors fucking. They know all this shit. And if they see something that's not quite right, they start calling people. There's a strange car. Like it doesn't even have to be doing anything weird. There's a strange car headed up 200 north, and it went by here. It was going about 45 miles an hour. Had two people in it. Looks like it got keyed about 4 months ago. Like all this shit. And so, yeah, everybody knows what's going on ahead of time. And like if you think that you have a problem, whatever, all you got to do is text or call one person, and like they have a chain. Like when there's a fire, when there's a fire out here or somebody gets hurt, it can take an hour and a half to get an ambulance or a fire truck. So everybody is kind of on alert all the time. And when shit like that happens, they start with the phone tree, and uh, people do what they can to help. And if you say that you need some rednecks with shotguns at your place, they're gonna show up and they're gonna love it, and they're gonna be disappointed if they can't shoot somebody. Fuck, I'm behind. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to fast forward. I'm already behind. Remember when Tommy called the cops on Alex parking on a public? Yes, I was watching. I watched it live that day. FCC, if you want to make homemade underwear, just get you some string licorice and fruit roll-ups. That way they're edible. I bought, as a joke, I bought somebody some edible underwear one time. I paid like $12 for 2 pieces of string licorice and part of a fruit roll-up. So from then on, I just started making them myself. So many jam considered underwear. Yes, it can absolutely qualify as underwear. Why is everyone attacking UFC? Because you're a dick, man. You're an asshole, and everybody knows it. If you really want to start some shit with somebody, if you, I mean, I actually would. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you because one of you fuckers will do it and it'll get somebody killed. But anyway, I was one of the dudes I was having lunch with when I was a steel worker. He's like, "Well, I'm a cross dresser." I'm like, "What? You really?" I said, when did you become a cross dresser?" He said, "Well, when my wife found another woman's underwear in my car." Nice. All right, don't do this, but if you want to get somebody possibly killed and their wife in jail for murder, just throw some ladies' underwear in their car and wait. Fred took his chat logs. What? What's going on? Who saw a ghost get punked tonight? Oh, I did not see that. Your picture. Yeah, I have the same problem, Angela. Like trying to record. Sometimes lightning will come out okay, but like, yeah, trying to take pictures of the moon, they never come out good. FTK told Josh to hate on CC unit. Well, I mean, you should always do. Well, I mean, whatever FTK says, you should always do what he wants. I do everything I'm told. Really? Okay, tell me to do something right now, and I'll do it. Got the full moon in 4 days. It's almost full right now, so that sounds about right. Damn it. So stream the full moon tonight. Well, I mean, I can. Hold on. Look, there it is. It just that's about as good as it's gonna get. I can either stream the moon. I don't feel like sitting here holding my phone like this all night. Or we can play chicken with the car coming up the road. I'll stay right here in the middle of the road, and you guys tell me when to jump. Fuck! I just spaced off. Yeah. I forgot I was standing. Yeah, probably better get out of the road now. Game on. We'll see if he makes the curve. Yep, didn't even touch the brakes. That's a person that knows the road. All right, guys. I'm dying up here. Somebody needs to come up with me where you're all fired. Don't look directly into the moon. It will turn you in. These bitches already be witches, man. What are you talking about? Tell you what, it's been muggy as hell here the last few days, even at night, but it cooled down. It's cool. It's pretty cool right now. We got a nice. I had to put some long sleeves on actually. While we're waiting, somebody better come up here or you're all fired, all of you. So you better appoint somebody pretty quick. In the meantime, we're gonna go make sure there are no ugly cats in the chicken pen. That's been a problem here lately. America does shit backwards. Some like eggs. We wash our eggs and then have to keep them refrigerated. When they keep a lot longer if you don't wash them, you don't have to refrigerate them, and they will stay fresh for a lot longer. We do it backwards here. I charge. I don't Juniper. I don't know if you ever saw the. It should still be up. Um, but I made a video on the crystals that somebody gave me. I'm not really. I mean, obviously, crystals can't operate frequencies because that's how radios work. Um, but I was given some to charge during the eclipse. I don't remember if you were watching. Oh, there's a bat. I don't remember if you were watching that one, but when I was streaming the eclipse live, I charged some crystals under it. And then after I was done, the person that gave them to me, I thought I was just doing them a favor, even though it's their thing or whatever. But I thought I was going to be sending them back, but he said to keep them, and then gave me this fucking riddle that I'm supposed to figure out for the whole rest of my life. Now, again, I don't necessarily believe in this kind of thing, but like some weird shit started happening, so I took them and hit them. Uh, yeah, they're not in proximity of where people live now. I don't, it could be it's more than likely coincidence, but I felt better, putting them someplace else. But anyway, according to him, the crystal thing is real, but the ones that they have everybody focused on, the ones that people buy and stuff, like they aren't the really powerful ones. They do have some power, but they're weak. And according to them, they know which ones are the strong ones, and that's what I have allegedly. Yeah, it's just like everything else. They get everybody focused on the wrong thing so that they don't chase the right thing, and the people that do know about it get them all for themselves. So I don't know. You can take that information and do what you want with it. Well, what a pleasant surprise. What's going on, Mr. Colfax?
Hey, I just wanted to say happy birthday and a happy anniversary, and hope your dick operation went well and all that.
It did. It did. Thank you.
We
I
were
didn't tell
concerned.
anybody I was having a dick operation. Could you tell by the way I'm walking?
Nadia told me.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah, she she talks to your parents quite a bit.
Yeah, well, if she talked to my parents, I don't think that she would be real happy with how that would go down.
Anyway, I actually just wanted to come and try and rifle through one thing that might be of interest to you, especially, and to others, and that's internet clouding without clouding in this rotten, horrible community of 200 people. Like, I got Bill pulling his dick out at a duck farm, and I
Hmm.
skyrocket to all 200 people know about it. I mean, that's nothing. But as I know that because you've tried, because of what's been happening to me with the algorithm, you've tried, Tommy's tried, others have tried,
Yes,
and
yes.
I don't know why it's working for me. For the most part, it's working. It doesn't always, but everybody knows because I'm so clear on it, and I'm going to tell you now. More, it's obviously the vertical short thing. It was the major first boost. But now I just wanted to, I'll tell you flat out what I did recently. And people can go, cheating, whatever. But I'm not buying anything. Never did, or never would. When the Trump thing happened, like anybody, I'm watching it for hours going, like, oh my God, like, why isn't there any meaty news on it? I mean, once it became, at first, like everybody, I thought it was a BB or something. But
Hmm.
I went to the store thinking, like, yeah, I'll check on this later because I'm not going to miss a piece of history like that. But it turned out I was missing it. In fact, Sam called me at the gas station and he was like, two dead. And I'm like, what? It's real? I totally didn't believe it was real. But anyway, the point is just on internet and clouding, after a couple of hours and cocktails, it occurred to me to change the title of one of my shorts, which was a complete stupid short of me throwing. I had the bathtub running. I set it up so the bathtub was actively running, and then I'm salting this chicken or peppering this chicken in the kitchen, and I take a piece of chicken and go, this seems a little still frozen, and I take it around into the bathroom and fling it into this tub that's almost about to run over. Okay, so there's that stupidity, just for fun. You know what I mean? That was 2 days before the shooting. So I titled it, once I learned the name, not the fake name that the Republicans want to blame for the guy with Antifa and blue hair, which was totally fake. But once I learned that guy's real name, Thomas Matthew Crooks, I put that in the title, and that
Hmm.
video, my videos all go dead. You know what I mean? Like they may spike to sometimes weird degrees, like thousands or
Yeah.
five, six, 700. But once they're done. They'll crawl up like 2, 3 a week. But once I changed that, I just wanted to see like what happens about a moribund old vid, as in 2 days old, and I changed it and I believe it has like 8,000 hits. And also YouTube goes like, "Congratulations, this is your most commented on the video." And these idiot
Oh yeah, yeah. They send you those messages of encouragement to try. They're like, "Hey, do this again." Yeah, oh yeah.
I never
I've
got
watched videos about that. They tell you to do exactly that. Change the name of your short and change the thumbnail. But I don't care that much. I'm not gonna
me
do that
either.
because like the people that actually want to watch me, I don't want to trick them into watching it again. You know what I mean? But yeah, it does. that kind of thing does work.
Yeah, but well, that's all I'm saying is like I'm actually because we're all YouTube people, and people are naturally going to go, yeah, he did this, he did that, and make it into a horrible thing. And believe me, everything I do, it's shameful. Like I'm begging for subs, and I just quit a live. Like I can't keep doing it until I get over the 1,000, and I don't even know what that's going to mean for me in the first place. But I just find
Nothing.
it interesting. Yeah, nothing. But it's just okay.
Unless you want to
And
monetize.
so when I did that, so I changed that, and then I realized like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, and I made like 3 fresh 15-second shorts with like my handwriting, which is so horrible, that anyone can do it. They could put it on a box of snakes, or they could put it on the Ramsey note if they want. So I wrote Thomas Matthew Crooks, blah blah. I just babble shit, but it looks all edgy and everything, and I put those up. One of those got like 5,000 hits overnight. It was all just. All I'm just saying is that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun doing it. It's not part of this community, and this community is always there to go like blah 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 blah. And it's like I don't give a shit. What if I?
Yeah.
What if I put a video up that said this is Abraham Lincoln shitting in the woods? I don't care. Fuck you.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of videos on, like, because I was getting crazy amounts of views and subscribers. Like for the last, I don't know how many months, 8 or 9 months, I've been getting between 50 and 70 subs every month. They've kind of cut that, like they stopped slopping on the gravy when they re-blacklisted me. So I'm not getting that much now, but I'm still getting over 20,000 views.
I got over
Yeah, I
42,000.
just well in March I got like 93,000, and it's
Oh, but
just like I.
the funny part of the chicken one, mind you, it was just a crazy kooky thing to do for 15. That might have been more like
Mm-hmm.
45 seconds. Crazy kooky thing. Elections going on. Don't know anything about no assassination. It won't happen for 2 days. And I throw that chicken in the thing. It's just, I was going like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you to the chicken. Total insanity for no reason at all. Just something to do. And to watch it, and it rose to like 450, and it sat there, and it would never have moved again if I hadn't titled it with that guy's name, the shooter's name. And the funny part, the thing that I've never received a notice from YouTube about like this is your most commented on video, and the comments were hysterical to me as a clown.
Yeah.
As in a people thought at the height of that night that I somehow had the footage of this crazy man that shot Trump saying, I love you, I love you, I love you to chicken and throwing it in an overflow bathtub. There was many people in there that were like, seriously, like, is this him?
Nice.
It's good internet fun, good, clean American live fun. It's better to lie like that than it is to just lie for a living.
Yeah, I mean when you're making shit up or whatever to fuck with people, that's a totally different thing than when you're doing it to try to get money or clout or something like that. Totally different thing.
Oh, I was trying to get clout nakedly, and I got it by the thousands and thousands and thousands. Oh, it made all my other like old videos. You could look at a thing where like what's moving or something, and I mean humble numbers like 86, 120 or something, but these are like way old. You know what I mean? Like the first ones. So it
Yeah.
made people start rifling through like that. And
I thought Sam or somebody was like buying me. I I actually called him up and asked him about it. A couple of people actually, because I thought somebody was buying me views and subs and shit.
Buying me.
And then I
I
had somebody that knows more about it look through my stuff, and that wasn't the case. But yeah,
yeah, that's the thing, and like it was just I forgot what we were saying. Buying the views. Oh, yeah, that's been bandied around. But the thing is, I've heard from people like, well, Bill tried it and all that. And Tommy, I saw Tommy try it and all that. And many other people saw what was happening with me. Not that it's the biggest
hmm,
spectacular thing. Like,
yes,
I am now living in a mansion with the Island Boys. But still, it was like weird, as in, like, I could just drive home from my shrink and get 4,400 views. It was bizarre. So, so therefore, when
yeah.
that happened, I started
I
doing it.
did start experimenting with it more because you had said something about it, and it's true. When you go live through StreamYard, you don't get jack shit. But if you go live without StreamYard, uh, it doesn't. I don't have near the luck with it that you do. But there's been a couple times, like one of my sunrise streams, I was only live for like 42 minutes, and I had 2,500 views when it was done. Usually, I got to stay live for like 4 or 5 or 6 hours to get 1,000.
Yeah, but if I do 4, 5, 6 hours, I generally I would get 6, 7 thousand. I am too honest, I guess. I don't know. As in, like, I just, I did it, and I shilled like Jerry Lewis, like, come on, more subs, and it worked and worked, and then now there's they can see my kind of lack of enthusiasm, and it ain't working so much. Still getting a lot of views, but I can't get them to be like, oh, I want this more. You know what I mean? Because I just I can't sit there and beg, and also I hate summer, and I feel drained.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually ask people to subscribe or hit the like or whatever. I mean, I when I do, it's really usually out of sarcasm or I'm making fun of somebody. I just really don't give a shit. Um, but yeah, I do have a lot of fun playing with things. And the very first video I had that went above 20,000, I ended up deleting it because I just, for the most part, I like answering comments and talking to people in the comment section, but sometimes it just irritates the shit out of me, especially when they get off topic and they're arguing with each other and I don't know who the hell they are. I could have just shut off the comments, but I just ended up nuking the whole video because these people were being assholes to each other.
I do it willy nilly. I don't care. Lately, these things I'm doing that are trying to raise over 1,000 and all that, I try very, very hard. Obviously, the first people there are people from the community, but it doesn't mean I try
Hmm.
and engage about, like, what did Judy do? I try very hard not to. So really, I'm true to that. As in, there's a mention here and there, but that's not what I'm doing to get these views. So, but I'm also lately not doing anything interesting at all that is attracting other people anymore. But there are all these new people going like, watch every live. I don't have a range and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you have to worry that it's Red Hood, but Negro, what did you say?
Well, when you brought up wrenches, that reminded me of when I was first, because I was around this so-called community for a long time before I started doing my own lives. But it's funny because people that ordinarily wouldn't give you the time of day, as soon as they know you're going to be handing out wrenches, they're in your DMs or in your chat, just being really fucking nice for no goddamn reason. And you know what it's about.
Yeah, but see, mine's different in the aspect of the newness of the algo happening to me. I just try and blather about anything, but the community. So to me, this community is just dead. You know what I mean? Absolutely dead. Um,
Yeah.
uh, nobody that's ever spoken a few times here can do any better. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get known or something, you know me, you know Bill, you know Ed, you know Locke, Sam, even that hideous FCC that's trying to bait me into something. Um, once you've been you once you've come up 3 or 4 times, you've reached the pinnacle of your success here. You know what I mean? If you want to, if it's to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
something, you're known, and you will never get more known. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to keep on harping on like FCC does and all that. It's
Yeah. There's only so many. There's not, like you said, there's only now. There's really only like a couple hundred people in this so-called community, and the rest of the world does not give a fuck. I mean, I, I have, I don't know, like 1,850 or something now, but after about 1,200, almost all of them come from outside of the community. And I tell them, don't waste your time watching my live streams because you're not going to know what's going on, and it's just going to be really annoying. But 90% of my shorts have nothing to do with this fucking community, and that's where my subs are coming from now. Because, like you said, you can only get so far with this bullshit
yeah,
content that's constantly recycled, and nobody cares. You know?
yeah, and just for your own personal sake, is it like how many times do you want to hear people just bickering who took my ranch and it's so this is awful. And for the most part, of course, the FCC will lie and all. But I mean, like for the last couple of days, I haven't even. I don't know if anything happened, and it just gets less and less and less all the time. And the less it is, the better it is. You know, I've been working like mad on research and doing some other stuff, and I've been finding some incredible shit, and I'm enjoying it. And this is all bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And YouTube, like they get bent out of shape just for showing your penis. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Oh, I see Jen A was in my late lamented live. Satan! Satan! You're terrible.
Good Lord, man.
Anyway, I was singing Christmas songs with a big black mask on, and it didn't work because I couldn't smoke nor drink. But I like Jen A. I'd like, it would be really nice, Bill, if you and Jen A and I, could lay together.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, you'll do anything.
I,
Right?
I would totally take a nap with Jen A as long as she wore her ball gag.
Mm-hmm. Satan! What is going on? Jesus help me! Jesus help me! Jesus help me! Jesus help me! Oh, it's too hot in here. I hate summer. I think one of my balls just fell off. However, I did gain some, likes and some numbers tonight. That's what's important. That's what's important right now.
Well, the only things that are truly important in life are important things, and I can say that with a lot of confidence.
Yes, but what's important right now, Bill? Would you like to start up like a cotton candy stand at the Indiana State Fair with me?
Yeah, I love cotton candy.
Yes, that would be fun. Filled with arsenic and hatred. Oh. Satan! What do my neighbors think? So freaking hot. What I hate about summer is, what is 10:30? So, and the air conditioner's blazing back there. There's a fan. Apparently not. Oh yeah, it is working. In the window, in the door, to try and bring me some relief. And this tiny place, it doesn't work good enough. And I fucking hate summer for that. And I don't know. Should I blame Jesus? I'm thinking of looking at Jesus about that. Oh, but the problem, what I was saying was that the later it gets, the 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 heat seeps out of the walls. So
Mm-hmm.
it would still freezing back there. But the problem is I can't. It's a rolling air conditioner, but that goddamn tube. You can't roll it too far. It's a pull the fucking tube out, and it's very hard to screw back in. Huge design flaw in those things. $550 those are. And it works good in a room. But you'd think it would make this icicles going on in here. Jesus help me. Jesus.
Well,
Bill, what?
one. Oh, you cut out, dude.
Bill, can't you help me? What's going on?
Yes, I was just going to tell you that I was going to give you a little tip from a confirmed survivalist, certified in 3 states, by the way. Um, the one foolproof way to beat the heat is to find someplace cooler. It works every time.
Yes, true. But then I would be stuck sitting on my bed back there in comfort with loud blazing air conditioning noises, not having a desk before me, not having I Dream of Jeannie on TV over there. Fuck you, Bill. You give bad advice. You're scum. You're the worst.
That's not bad advice. Like I've never had that not work. Anytime you feel like you're too hot, get someplace cooler. It works,
Yeah, I
and it
will.
works the other way too. If you're ever too cold, go someplace warmer. It's warmer there.
I will soon. Ugh, but why can't that damn thing roll out like 5 feet like that tube is supposed to go without it pulling out of the window? And some idiot was just in there going like, he doesn't have a window. Or Jane, she lives in a windowless apartment. There's windows, but in the late afternoon you close them and turn the goddamn air conditioner on. But Satan, Satan. Hey, Bill, is there any really creepy cemeteries near your house?
Oh yeah, bunches of them. We've got cemeteries around here, like little. Before there were such a thing in towns, and before Indiana was actually a state, we've got a bunch of them around here. Like when people died, they just pretty much buried them in their backyard. So we have cemeteries here that still have some legible headstones from like the late 17, early 1800s. A
I
lot of
do.
them are hard to get to, and we have some other ones that are easier to get to. Um, I did take you guys to one. I think it was last year, but yeah, I'll do some of that again. People seem to like it.
Well, why don't you go down to the cemetery and take a gardening spade, which will dig a little hole for you, and insert your penis
Hmm.
into it, and then fuck that hole and scream, "Red Hood is Sam's clit." Why don't you do that?
Again, I feel like I'd be reusing content.
They always give themselves up after a while.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, you do know that Sam's clit is not Red Hood, right? Sam's clit has been up on panel before,
Mm. Is he a
and it's not Red Hood. He's way too intelligent.
is he a dirty old black minstrel from the 20s?
Yes, actually.
Mommy, oh, mommy. Hmm. No, but Sam's Clit seems to be one of the only ones that remembers the time, which I totally did on purpose and all that. Sitting right here, drunk and babbling, I went and got a bucket out from the under the sink and urinated into it. Just off of the live, but you could hear it and all that. And they act like, look what you did, how embarrassing. And it's
Yeah.
like if if I believe me, I sometimes think about it. Wouldn't it be nice to just be naked and have it under the thing? But the point is, I did it as a one time thing, and you know why? For trollhood, and Sam's Clit shall never forget it.
Well, look, here's the deal. Black people aren't real. That's just on TV.
Wait a minute. There's a special guest, that guy from Florida, the weirdo, Sam Clinton, is saying my clit will have nothing to do with Red Hood. Oh, yes. Yes, that's the same guy that sends me thousands of dollars a month. And yes, yes, yes.
Red Hood wouldn't know what a clit looks like, or nor what to do with one if he got a hold of one. So I don't think there's really any danger there.
Hey, FCC is asking you a question. What does
Oh, what is it?
Colfax have to offer this community? Honest question.
Oh, I can answer that. Really good head.
There is that. Believe me, after a dry spell of 15 to 18 years, oh my God, I don't think anybody could last like more than a minute at this point. I would be so good. Because it's like a bicycle, and believe me, I remember. I remember everything. FCC is he's just such a hater. He's so weak and pathetic. It's just awful. Just awful.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could get it up for a guy. I wish I was bisexual or something. Because who better would know how to give you head than somebody that has a dick, you know?
That's true. That's what Woody Allen said in a controversial bit when he was a stand-up comedian before he started having such success with the films. Was like, who wouldn't be bisexual? I mean, it increases your chance by 50% on Saturday night.
Well, yeah. People walk into any bar and just go, "Oh yeah." I mean, because most bars are fucking sausage fest. All the guys show up looking for girls, but the only girls in there already have guys. You know what I mean? It just women have it so much easier when they want to get laid because if all a chick has to do to get laid is walk into a bar, and if she's ugly, all she's got to do is walk into a bar with a T-shirt that says "I swallow." Like she's not gonna not get laid.
FCC can clean that up for me in the morning. Uh, mm. Okay, I'll buy it. FCC typing all these things to try and get me to point a spotlight at it. This one is, why is JT lying about meow, about giving meow a head, which of course never happened and all that. But the thing is, it's a stream of nonstop such things as bait for me to go to him. He is just pathetic. The only reason I read that one is as an example, because there's been, I don't know, 12 of them by now, where I'm supposed to go like, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, whatever. Never seen Meow's dick and certainly don't want to. Hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I just like sometimes, and I don't ever want it to be proven or anything, but still, even though he's probably not very good with it, like you can just tell that Meow's probably hung like a fucking gorilla or with some whatever's hung really well. Or like that squirrel in the memes where, when it stands up, it's got these giant nuts hanging between its legs. I just, like, you can just tell.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand
Literal
what
cricket.
I'm trying to understand what superstar Josh, is trying to imply. I don't know. He could look better,
Yeah, when my son was born, sometimes the little babies, like, their testes haven't fully dropped yet, but my son's was fully dropped. Plus, he had, like, it wasn't a problem, it wasn't a big deal, but he also had a lot of fluid in his scrotum. And one of the nurses made a comment about it, and I'm like, "Yep, that's my boy. Now circumcise him."
Hi, mama. So the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. I guess this Josh guy, Josh, the big claim to life, aside from uh, inheritance, is replacing tech. Wants to say something about me being gay or something. You never met a guy before? Oh yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I
Well,
get
I mean, Josh really has it pretty easy. Like,
the,
the only thing he has to be more impressive than is tech. So I think Josh is getting a little bit cocky, because I'm sure there's all kinds of satisfaction being going on. Hence why she got pregnant so fucking fast.
yeah,
Josh needs to work on his pull-out game.
yeah.
But I wish them well.
When you think of the opening that drawer and seeing like, look, the purple Punisher. Perhaps Josh, who took that picture, was like, oh Jesus, I'll never live up to that.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
hell no. That's what's really unfair, is women are like, "Oh, men can't satisfy me." Blah. Well, no shit. You got a fucking kickstart dildo in your nightstand that never stops. How the fuck can we compete with that? So we have to bring our own. And I don't mind. I usually, I mean, it's really kind of unfair, but I bring my own toys. I never reuse them. I always get fresh ones every time. Um, but yeah, I try to make sure that they get off at least twice, or at least fake it twice, before I even take my pants off.
I've never been into toys at all. One time I was in some kind of paid three-way in LA, but with the payer being pretty young and good looking, and some other guy, and there was a dildo inserted, and when it was all over, I took the dildo and I just threw it in the toilet, which apparently it caused quite a consternation. But I was just like disgusted with it. Like, but that's perhaps too much. I should only just tell Damone about that. Damone's a great guy, you know that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you're into, like, milk toasty kind of dudes that can only partially get erect, yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
Look at the clever comment, like CCC spokesman. Colfax has never been into toys, but toys have definitely been into him. Yeah, I just gave
That's awesome.
an example. I gave you an example of one being up at me, and the fact that I contemptuously threw it in the toilet afterwards. Yes. So you're right. Yes, they have been in me once. Yeah, more than once, but not that much. It ain't my thing. I have never owned one. I mean, sure, when I was a kid, I go down in the basement bathroom and stuff that carrot up my ass. I'm carrot ass, like everyone has. all that. But I never got into that. I mean, I just never, my whole life long, just never was that interested. I mean, maybe Josh could give me some lessons or something.
Oh, there's Danielle. I'm actually trying to sleep with Danielle without looking like I'm trying to sleep with her. I don't really think she'd give me the time of day, but she gives me just enough. Just enough.
So you're saying that your cock still does work?
Kinda. Here's the deal that I make. It most of the time works for the most part. It's not as good as when I was 35. I could knock over a full beer can at 10 paces, with my load, but it's not really quite that powerful anymore. But it still otherwise mostly works. But
Really?
anyway, I do have Cialis, and the thing about Cialis is that it's supposed to last for 3 days, right? Like you just don't stay hard for 3 days. They tell you if you have an erection that lasts longer than 4 hours, call your doctor. But if that happens to me, I'm calling you guys. I'm calling fucking everybody I know and sending some really adorable dick pics. But so you know what I tell them? Like, look, we can either you can either have me for 20 minutes or you can hang out for the whole weekend. There's no in between. I'm not taking that fucking pill,
If you
fucking you for a couple hours till we fall asleep and then you go home. I'm not wasting it on that.
if you have an erection for over 4 hours, go live. For God's sakes, go live.
Yes. Yes. That's the perfect time to go live.
I'm a little hard right now. Not really, because I'm always
Oh yeah, you would definitely need the head nurse after that.
like this Josh guy. I wonder, like, I mean, believe me, you know what I mean. Like, if somebody thrown at me says I don't seek, and it's just all over for me in my mind for many, many years. It's always going to be that way. I can't see how it's not going to. And you can say it's sad or whatever. It's just, I'm used to it. But now Josh shows up at the door with a pizza and some more liquor. I suppose I'd try. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. It's not like I would lose my shit over like the minute he walks in the door. He's not. I don't need it that much.
Yeah, Danielle, we can absolutely hang out and play with cats. I actually have a cat that smells just like chloroform. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Don't believe me? Smell it yourself. See, look, this cat smells exactly like chloroform. What the hell? Where are you going? The one time I want you to pay attention to me, and you fucking take off. Oh, I see. You're hunting something.
Josh, this is Josh, this is Josh, this is Josh. Josh, this is Josh, this is Josh, this is Josh. Josh, this Josh, this Josh, this Josh. He really wants some attention tonight. He needs me. He wants. Isn't it nice? What is he like 28 or something? You know, thinks he can compare himself to a purple Punisher, and he loves me. He wants me. He needs me. Oh my.
The link is pinned. I'm not real sure what everybody's arguing about down there, but the link is pinned.
Mm. No,
That's how JT slipped in here.
I guess his age. Guess his age again. Ah, I put on cologne to get the feeling right. She started taking off my pants. Then her name was Josh. And then I turned on the TV. Yeah. And that's about the time Josh walked away from me. Yeah. Mm.
Oh shit! I don't know if you guys can see that, but that cat's eyes are glowing red. But they've been playing with the Ouija board again.
Oh, Uh, Billy Ray was a.
Do you need a minute, JT? We can
Well, the main thing is, I can't tell you. I can't tell you why, but I'm just on a spiral of research that comes closer to me in a big Ku Klux Klan story, and it's just amazing how it's like this guy that I was kind of after in high school is the great grandson of a big kingpin of the Klan back in the 20s. Mm. Oh, I wanted him. Oh, how I wanted him. Mm. Billy Ray was a
do you
preacher.
do you say all the stuff to your psychiatrist that you say to us when you're on here? I think you probably should,
I do, and they don't pay
or maybe
anything.
just pay them extra.
I can tell you this: over the last, say, 8 years or something, the psychiatrist and therapist, things like that. Psychiatrist does nothing but like, are the drugs working? Blah blah blah. 15 minutes in and out.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
therapist.
I've caught them spacing off before, and I'll say like shit like I've killed a bunch of people. Yeah. I actually am the Newton County Strangler. And then they're like, well, what? Oh shit! Did I say that out loud? And then they wonder.
The therapists have all been useless. The current one is also useless and smells of liquor sometimes. But
Yeah.
uh, almost, I believe, to a T, except for maybe one, uh, they don't even want to hear it. Like the whole, like, all the history of Ramsey fire and jail and hustling. They don't even want to hear about it. They don't. And I do remember the first one song, you know, he actually passed me off to another one because it was too advanced. As in, like this case, you got to watch, and they literally thought that I was lying, you know. And then the weirdly, ever since then, it's not like it connects. Well, maybe I guess they get the records, but you know what I mean. They just don't even want to. We never talk about it. Never, never, never. It's not. Also, it's not current, but and that's the thing. Remember, it's okay to ignore clown's 20-year-old problem, but it's fine to always remember my 30-year-old problem.
I had a question for JT Colfax.
Hmm.
Sir?
I hear you.
So I had a
Shit,
question
man,
to
I
ask
was
you.
muted. Yeah. Well, welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you very much. I had a question for Mr.
Go
Colfax.
ahead. You have
Oh,
the floor,
about how
sir.
the Frogger thing. If you're going to bring up the Frogger thing, I'm gonna hang up because I'm sick to death of it. I thought what I thought, and then I looked at it, and it's worse than I thought. I've said that. I've said all I could say about it, and I'm tired of it.
I
Anything
don't want to talk about Frogger. I don't. That's like.
Frogger, the guy that's going to skateboard that for the rest of his life, is claim. Anyway, what else?
Have you ever seen Josh before?
I've seen a picture of him somewhere.
I just had a question. Do you find him to be sexually attractive?
Not really, and that's what I find disappointing.
Oh,
I,
you're disappointed
I,
by that.
he's not disgusting by any means. He's just plain.
So you're saying like in the gay world,
How you
Josh
doing?
is plain Jane kind of guy?
Yeah, as in like considering my long-standing how I used to have sex all the time at will when I was young and gorgeous, which I've showed those pictures, like me in the army and all that. I was pretty damn good looking, all the way up until my mid 40s. Then you start getting a punch and all that. I was always better looking than Josh, always, but until after 45. And so what I mean is now I haven't had sex in ages and ages. Josh knocks at the door right now and goes, "Look, I've been curious. Let's get it on." He looks, from what I remember, he looks good enough that I would certainly have to. I'd be like afraid because I'm a virgin now. Uh, just anybody, but I would. Yeah, he's good enough to. He's like a swing set. You're like, yeah, I'll give it a try. You know.
So, could you describe in detail what you would do to Josh sexually?
No, because roll hood. That's it would probably be more in the lines of the suction area. Although I could use a good ramming up the asshole, but I'm not kidding. It wasn't my because of AIDS. It wasn't my. I probably would have done that a lot. I do like it. I'd have done that a lot more if it wouldn't have killed me, and it didn't because I was careful. But if he wanted, yeah, that might even be better. You know what I mean? Because that way I wouldn't have to really look at him. He doesn't look disgusting. So if he rams me from behind, Ramsey, that'd be okay.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one.
He must love Josh.
That was
That was
somebody's
the
pull
slightest.
it up here slow.
That was him ribbing his buddy Josh, homosexually attacked Josh. Yeah, very clever. What happened?
Okay, I just one more question about Josh's impromptu homosexuality. Is the purple Punisher worthy?
Well, see, that's not my thing. As in, like, no, nobody is. Like, I don't want somebody to come in here and me have to whip out a purple Punisher. That's what's his name's problem? What was it? Tech. I don't need no purple Punisher.
Okay, I guess the question is, would Josh be worth, like, if you were going to use something um, as a homomarital aid, would Josh be purple Punisher worthy, or would you not even waste the money?
No, well, my aversion to toys in the first place. So, and then Josh being a lackluster, weight gaining young man who is playing in the first place and is only going to get more deteriorated quickly over the years compared to me, which of course I admit that I'm now a complete. I mean, like, I might as well be a pile of goo by the side of the road. I'm not attractive to anybody. But he is plain, and therefore Josh would be an object of pure horniness for somebody else, as in, or you know what I mean? Like, somebody's horny, and Josh will do like a purple Punisher, as in nobody seeks Josh.
Okay, I think that's an acceptable answer. I have no clue what you said, but I accept that answer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bill, what am I going to do? Somebody seems to think and perhaps I did, spill a little liquor or Diet Coke on the counter, and 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 I didn't even clean it up. Bill, what do I do about this internet crisis where I'm so guilty of that?
Well, I'll give you another survivalist tip that we don't usually tell regular people. Um, Generally, with a small spill, in order to remedy the situation quickly and efficiently, um, clean it up.
I ain't gonna.
Well, that's your decision. You
I
can let it go, and
can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. I ain't gonna.
no, sir, we can't make you. But let me tell you worst case scenario. You let that Diet Coke or whatever the substance may be, you let it start to evaporate, and it becomes that sticky little gunky stuff after all the water has evaporated from it. Then you start attracting bucinoramin ants, and those are what scorpions like to feed on. So if you attract that specific kind of ant, you will attract scorpions because it's their food source. And then you will have scorpions living in your house, which could possibly sting you and kill you. So, I mean, it is a,
Wait.
you know, you could die.
So what you're saying is, by me keeping up my house in this slovenly way, this is how like Meow and Sam have been here. That's oh my god! It all makes sense now.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, oh my goodness! All right, Bill. So who's the next big rock star to die? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answer.
Um, oh, fuck, man. Ordinarily, I would have a good answer. Most of mine are already done. Most of mine are already dead and taken. The next one, see, they're all getting fucking old, man. Probably one of the dudes from White Snake, or oh, I know, be Stephen Percy from Rat, because I heard he's back on the coke again. And the
What do
dude's
you?
got to be fuck. He's got to be like 70 now.
You sound like Jeff. Like you're picking. That was kind of that level of bands. Why can't it be like Mick Jagger is gonna? Why can't it be Bob Dylan gonna drop dead? You know.
Yeah, I mean they're up there. Dude. It's amazing that uh, any of the Rolling Stones or Bob Dylan are still alive.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the day that I get up and
I
make
mean,
my.
unfortunately, my real pick is Ozzy though, because he's been.
That's,
Yeah, I hate to lose him, but
I recently had to. You know, radio is so awful. So I only listen. I only hear it in the car, and I got stuck on the Fox or something, some radio station, and their playlist is so "Dream On" over and over, and that hideous Aussie song. I I don't mind some Aussie, the rocker Aussie and Black Sabbath, but you know what I mean. The nothing, Mama, I'm coming home. God, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? And they kept playing that over and over, so it finally got me to switch to another one. But you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's not like I'm up on which radio station to listen to because it's all this oldies crap. But Ozzy,
that's the thing with like and well any genre of music, like especially with hair metal bands, is like their first albums, like Skid Row, Warrant, or like their first albums were their best, and then they get a contract, and the record company's like, okay, now you're under a contract. You have to make stuff more radio friendly, so you're gonna have to tone it down, and you're gonna suck from now on. But here's some money. It's I don't care for that. And I honestly I think that Ozzy died a long time ago. I think that Sharon's just so greedy. They're doing like a Weekend at Bernie's thing, like it's not really Ozzy anymore. I mean, it might be his skin, but he's like animatronic or something. I just he
I
I
could
think he
picture.
probably died in about 94.
Yeah, she managed him to death.
Yeah.
But I saw him once in about 1982 in Boulder, and I thought it was stupid. I went because friends wanted to go and all that. But a guy in a cape and all that. I thought it was like I hated Kiss and all that. I thought it was kind of it was the height of Ozmania and all that. I thought it was kind of stupid. However, that doesn't mean that there weren't like those rocket that Ozzy did with what's the guy that died the playing thing, the guitarist. Uh, Daryl, what was his name? The guy, the flashy guitarist that made Ozzy into, rebirthed Ozzy. Do you remember?
Yeah, there were a bunch of them. Jake E. Lee and Randy Rhoads. I mean, Randy Rhoads
That's the one.
died in a plane crash, actually crashing into Ozzy's tour bus. But yeah, he would have went places. But like Jake E. Lee, he wrote some of Ozzy's hit songs, and they didn't pay him jack shit. Some of these guys didn't get paid at all.
Zach Wild, somebody says. Is that right?
Zach Wild, yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
was Randy Rhoads that crashed in the bus, right?
Yeah. Randy Rhoads died crashing into Ozzy's tour bus.
Bill, I've got a serious problem that's upsetting me is the FCC says, to try and throw a wet blanket on me that we've heard all these stories already. Jesus Christ! But I pretty much know for a fact that I've never discussed Ozzy ever anywhere, and it upsets me to be have it be said just for somebody's own vitriol and try to make me sound boring that we've talked about this or that I've talked about this so many times before. What am I going to do, Bill? What am I going to do?
Well, we could try getting live, so we'll have something current to talk about. That might work.
Why don't you ban FCC? Get him out for 10 minutes. I know it's a lot to ask.
Yeah, we'll let him live.
Too hard anyway while you're walking around on the phone. But seriously, like somebody that keeps on exacerbating and jazzercising and all that is like never talked about Ozzy. So don't he tries to paint like, oh, this is all boring. Why don't you come up and give one of your college debate blowhardisms, FCC?
Timmy's in the well. Is Timmy fell down the well? Where's he at? We're not gonna help him. We're just gonna watch him suffer.
So hot. So hot. I hate summer. Dun, 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 dun.
What? Ozzy's soul is in your body. See, everything. This cat is confirming everything that we said about Ozzy.
Yeah, but
These cats been playing. I don't know where they found it, but they've been playing with the fucking Ouija board. I keep taking it away from them, and they keep getting it back. And now they're summoning up dead rock stars, which is really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. So, you're 14 years old. Mother says it's time for dinner, and you come to the table. What's on there?
Shake and bake kitty.
Shake and bake. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Like your mother did that, but when you grow up and start making your own food, it never occurs to you like, oh, I'm going to buy some shake and bake.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought any. When I cook, I don't usually do the except when my kids were little. Oh, and by the way, you don't really have to feed your kids every day. That's an old wives' tale. They can survive a couple of days without food and be just fine. I mean, when my kids were little, I'd make big pots of macaroni and cheese and peas and throw some tuna in there.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that. I shortcut it, but when I'm actually cooking, I don't use anything pre-made. I mean, if it's just for myself, I don't care. I usually don't even eat. Um, but yeah, when I'm cooking for people that aren't depending on me for their basic survival, then I'll go all out.
That macaroni sounds delicious right now.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's fast, and you throw some tuna in there and some peas or whatever. It's not
I'm,
it's
I'm
not
trying
terrible.
to carbs, but I did buy one box of the Walmart craft dinner of macaroni, and there is tuna. So you're giving me an idea. Yeah. A lot of carbs
Well,
in
there
that.
you go. I don't give a shit. The doctor says don't eat this, don't eat that, eat this. Fuck, I don't care. I just whatever I want. I eat whatever I want. I don't care what they say. Fuck them.
Mm.
Okay, that one. There's a little a litter of little wild ones out here. I don't know where the fuck they came from, but I'm gonna have to catch them. If you catch them, oh, there's another one. If you catch them and tame them when they're little, you only have to do it a couple of times. They don't like it, but if you just pet them for a little bit, then when they get older, they don't run away from you, and you can catch them to give to other people or whatever. But yeah, it don't take much to tame them.
All right, Bill. I don't want to make a big deal out of it and all that, but you're from what I can see, 19 likes, and because I kind of like you, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the 20th like. There it is, kabloom! Oh,
Wow, thank you, thank
yes,
you.
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's a great thing to support a channel like this here on PBS. What is this? What is this again? What's going on here? Wish somebody was here. Wish Josh was here, plain old Josh, so that at least he could go get me some ice. Usually I have to refill the whole drink and all that. I mean, I never even usually let it go down to half size. By the way, this is the new industrial sized cup that I picked up somewhere. They do change. It's a To me, it's a hallmark. The people that pay so much attention to that are fools and idiots, fools and morons. But it really could use some ice. Where's Josh when you need him? I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, when you're single, you can just keep. You don't even really have to wash it. You just keep rinsing out the same cup over and over again, and you never have to worry about dishes.
Budding. That's exactly it. And they come, they go like, this is getting too stained looking, and not not because you care what it looks like on TV, but just like, yeah, it's not pleasing anymore, and you throw it away. And sooner or later, you go to Taco Bell or where this one. This is from Wendy's. Now remember, they always Caps is the one that wanted to brand me with my Taco Bell cup, and how awful I am because of the Taco Bell cup, compared to how awful and girlish and womany and gossipy he is, and fight, yeah, fire, and all that. And my crime is a taco cup, but it's always something else. And right now it's Wendy's. God damn it, Wendy's since 1965. Wendy's, we treat you right. God damn you.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, a lot. I don't. I think they're starting to back away from it, but like Burger King, they give you those giant fucking. Nobody has any business drinking that much pop in one sitting. But they give you those giant, like what I don't know, 42, 58 ounce cups, and you can refill them for free. I've had the same cup for 12 years.
Yeah, that's what makes me sick about this. When I went through Wendy's, you know how they manipulate you, like, whatever, and then I end up with this giant fucking cup, and so to drink it with coffee in the morning, eventually I unplugged it. I always mix everything into the coffee pot, the creamer and everything, and then pour it into the cup, pour it back to the pot, pour it. So it's kind of blended in that way.
Yeah.
And but then when it gets starting to get, when I unplug it, so it won't like fuck with the cream, then I have to start microwaving at the end of my coffee drinking session, and I can't fit that one in the microwave. So all I'm saying is it's proof that it's a new cup. It's a new cup. Somebody please tell Caps, because it's so important to him. God, the man made a living off of talking about me with these plastic cups. And by the way, Sam too was also that little mocking son of a bitch was like, "Why don't you just get a nice highball glass and all that?" And it's like, can I? Sure, I could, but look at the drinks I make. You know what I mean? This is a little ridiculous, but the point is, I don't want to sit here like Tella and putting on airs with a nice tiny glass made of glass. I worked for a fucking glass art gallery, Orifors Costa Boda. They made the cheap ass thing they did was make that People's Choice Award. That's what they were known for. But all kinds of glass art and everything like that. I know glass. I know what it is. And this doesn't matter to me because it's jumbo and it fits my drinking needs. So I guess suck it is the way to end that segment.
I like it. You should go with that. Batmom said that sounded like you want someone to save you, Bill. No, that's not how it was meant to sound. But if you're offering, you're gonna have to fight Danielle and all of the other females in the community. But hey, if you can get through them, I might give you a chance.
Yeah. So are you crawling with lice, Bill?
Yes, not
That's
so
what.
much lice. Like it was lice, but the fleas kind of came in and took it over. It was a glorious final battle, but ultimately the fleas won. Um, the fleas don't go to the bad neighborhood where the crabs live, so that's not really an issue yet. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a gang fight there sometime.
Oh crap! I was barely listening because I was thinking about that time that FCC made a dramatic quit from the hood here, and was back within 2 hours, and also then Instagram texted everybody possible, going like, "When are you gonna quit? When are you gonna quit?" To try and join him in his ridiculous quest to non-quit. Pathetic little man. Pathetic. Mm. Mm. Well, at least I'm never going to be bald. I may be using a magic marker, as they say, but I'm never going to be bald. Are you going to be bald, Bill?
No, I'm doing pretty good. It doesn't look like I'm going to be bald. I'm doing really well. Um, Plus, I still have maintained my long hair all these fucking years. So my hair is about halfway down to my ass. So if I do go bald, I'm just gonna have one hell of a comb over.
Yeah, to me at this point, well, I wouldn't like it, but, well, of course I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I look terrible, but it's I got all the other degradations of getting older. Just a bloating weight that isn't even in keeping with what I eat. It's just bizarre. It's because I don't go anywhere, or do anything. It's the sedentariness and all that. But so I got that which totally annihilates me. I am a not sexual person, as in like I'm disgusting. But at least I didn't get the baldness. Whereas, like, I remember, I mean, guys that were like, they're like 22, and it's like, wow, like you are a year away from complete baldness or pattern baldness. To me, I always thought like that's just like so hideous, especially like when they're fairly good looking. You know, back when you young people that age, you were that age yourself, and it's like Jesus Christ, you're gonna be one of those like real estate agent looking uh, bald guys by 24. Are you mad, Bill? Because you're bald?
No, I'm no, not at all. I'm wondering how Absolute Power Corrupts knows this story. Uh, unless we were in the same jail, which would make a lot of sense.
Story about you raping some young guy in jail?
No, it wasn't. I would never R-word anybody, but it was. I mean, it's in jail, man. It don't really count.
I wasn't reading it. I was on the road here, flying my dick out, urinating.
Fillet of fish. Why? I like that name, man. I think you ought to keep it.
I'm upset. I mean, Lark must have blocked me or something. I see a lot of references to Lark, the big lion fool, and I'm not seeing anything that he says, but it's not like I'm glued to it all.
Yeah, man. Like I had the most notorious cock on the cell block, baby. Hit me up.
So, how'd you enjoy Assassination Night?
Oddly enough, I do remember where I was. I was making sure I had alibis for the whole fucking day. It just didn't have the same like it hit my I mean my parents they were little when the Kennedy thing happened, but I don't know why it affected them so deeply, but I know that it did affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
Kind of like I remember exactly. I remember the whole fucking day when the towers got hit. I remember watching the second one get hit live and be like, "Oh my god!" Like I was ready to go home and strap up my AKs and have no idea where I would have went. But yeah, these people that like to criticize because I'm prepared for everything all the time. They were the exact people that were calling me. I need 4 gas masks, and I used to, as a side deal, I used to sell military surplus stuff, and I had a bunch of it left over. And I need 5 gas masks right now. I don't care what they cost. And I didn't really jack up the prices, but I'm like, do you even know how to use a gas mask? Because if you don't use it right, that will kill you. I don't give a fuck. So all right, I sold them after I put out my disclaimers. I sold them whatever they wanted.
It's funny that up because I got killed in Germany in the army when we went to war games at Tenenlow, and somebody that's a judge at war game comes around the building and looks at, oh, I must have had it up or something, and it's like dead, and then I had to sit there, lay there, I had to fall down and die, and be there for like 4 hours in the fucking hot sun till it was called off. Because I did not have my, we were under a gas mask alert, and I had, pulled it up to breathe, and somebody saw me. So now I had to lay there in the hot sun for my punishment. But I was sexy. That's the important thing.
But my mom called me like right after it happened, and I don't watch the news. I don't remember what I was doing. I was building something anyway, but she called me up and she's like, and she's crying and she's like, did you hear what just happened? And I'm thinking my dad died or some shit. And I'm like, no. And she's like, you better sit down. I can't. Well, like when I know something's up, especially when they're not fucking telling me, I cannot sit down. I don't need to do that. You know, I'm like, just fucking tell me what happened. Trump got shot, which is no. It was not a surprise. Like that was always going to be the next thing after they tried to put him in prison. Like it was a given somebody was going to try.
Yeah,
Um,
the big thing about that story is the outrageous stories that people invented and still believe. Like, for instance, that Antifa trans guy that they kept pushing for hours and hours, Mark Violet, turned out to be an Italian sports writer for a newspaper. And he wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning with his phone blowing up like hell. And people are like, what the hell? You're all over American television. And it was
oh
complete.
wow.
And everybody kept punching that in, as in, see, it's proof, it's proof. And it's like, but it was the same thing over and over, except for it might change, as in, then they colored his hair blue. But the tags of, like, look, Antifa, trans, this, that, that, they put all of the hot buttons. So it's gamers, you know what I mean? Like, political gamers going, look. And so they built up a thing in people's minds that it was Antifa and liberals and all that. And nothing has borne that out at all. But it will never go away because there'll always be a grunting troglodyte, Nunyaite or something like that out in the country, out by you somewhere, where they'll always be like, it was Antifa. And it's like, no, no.
Oh, and Antifa wouldn't get very far around here. When the small town that I'm from of like 5,000 people, they shipped in oh god, Black Lives Matter. They shipped in from Gary, Indiana. They bust in a bunch of them motherfuckers, and they didn't last but about 5 minutes because the locals all showed up with their proverbial pitchforks and torches, but they actually showed up with shotguns and AR-15s and made them get back on the bus. So that shit don't fly around here.
Do I have it right, as FCC said, that you used to take the bus up to South Bend, Indiana, and suck off Pete Buttigieg? Is that right?
Yes,
$10 at a time?
I mean they were paying for the ticket, so why not take the free ride?
Yeah, South Bend. Oh boy, how could you pass that up?
Bill No Shills, but see, yeah, that's another thing. Like they, as far as I know, we'll probably never really know the truth, but they still haven't shown the actual rifle that was used, and they said it was a 5.56 caliber, but that's not how you say that. That 5.56 is millimeter, which translates to a 22 caliber. Oh God, I'm gonna fucking bore everybody to death, but a 5.56 millimeter translates to 0.223. Caliber means hundredths of an inch. The caliber doesn't mean the millimeters, and they put out these supposed facts that are not factual, and they get the most basic shit wrong. They say, oh, it's an AR type rifle, but they call everything an AR type rifle. I've seen, like when Sandy Hook happened, they were showing a picture of a pump shotgun and like, oh, this AR-15. So it's not an, oh god, it shit just ticks me off. Um, but yeah, we'll probably never really know what. Oh, and then they said he bought 50 rounds of ammo an hour before it happened, but they were insinuating that 50 rounds was for a high-powered rifle. Most generally, high-powered rifle ammunition is sold in boxes of 20. Now they can be sold in other things, but that's pretty much the standard. Um, but what's sold in boxes of 50, generally speaking, are handgun rounds or 22 long rifle, not to be mistaken with the 5.56, which is the same diameter but much longer.
Yes, but
It,
the more pleasant thing Is there any truth to the fact that he was singing "Kumbaya, my lord" when he was on that hot roof? There is none, but I just wanted to break up your bullet fest.
Right. And that's another thing is like a real snipers don't usually go for headshots unless like if they're close enough, and like the dude has a knife to somebody's throat. If you shoot, it's called the triangle of death, but it's in between, like it's in between the nose and the chin. And if you put a bullet straight through there, it goes to the back and takes out the brainstem. And there's not even like a nervous twitch. It just shuts them off right now. But most of the time, they will not try to take a headshot because, and this is exactly what happened. This is the only reason Trump is still alive is because the head moves around a lot more than the body does. So, like an actual sniper will go for center mass, like the heart and lungs, because it's a bigger target and it's more stationary.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
it's a miracle. I mean, like the shot was so close. I mean, hitting the ear that's as close as you can get, and it could have been catastrophic injury.
yeah.
Yes,
He turned his head at just the right way and just the right time. And I mean that shit. People saying that that was all a setup. I totally disagree. Not necessarily because of that, but if you look like when Trump stands back up and he's got they're supposed to be the best of the best Secret Service people allowed him to stand up and they left him wide open. They had a female, and nothing against females doing this kind of work, but Trump's a pretty tall guy, and they had their shortest person in front of
well,
him. They didn't know at that point how many snipers there were or if that guy was actually dead.
there's
They just
where
left him wide open.
there's where you're wrong, Bill. Uh, that woman that you're thinking of in the huddle, who was so much shorter, and Trump reaches over her head and all that. She was on the outer rim, being an outer rim person, and then she realized you could see her realize there was an empty spot, so it was her duty to get in there, no matter her size or not.
But why was there an empty spot though? I mean, all these dudes are kind of like none of them.
That's a,
I'm not a professional bodyguard, but I had a little bit of stuff in close protection because of some other stuff I was doing. And I'm not an expert by any means, but like they just left him wide open for a long time for a sniper. And then if you see her later, she was trying to reholster her weapon, and she kept trying to reholster, and like she couldn't do it. She just couldn't get her like how you're supposed to train this shit again and again and again until you can't fuck it up because it's supposed to be muscle memory. But people saying, anyway, I'm going to make one point and then you can have the floor. But anybody saying that this was a setup on Trump's part, there's one reason why I don't believe that. And that's because if you focus in and look at his eyes right after it happened, he's in shock and you can see fear. And now, since it's happened, when you they have the camera that follows him from the front when he's walking to the stage. If you look into that man's eyes, that confidence that used to be there is gone. That's why I don't think he knew it was coming.
The very subject that you're bringing up makes me respect you less. I'll take you down from 4 to notch down to 1.5, because anybody that espouses the idea that this was a setup to make him look good, even though he is benefiting and will benefit from this.
Oh yeah.
But anybody that thinks he signed off on, shoot me just in the ear, that's ridiculous. This is a lone idiot that did this, and it happened the way it happened. I mean, Trump was an inch away from being killed, and that's all it is. People there's several loony theories, and that's that one that you're espousing, and you should be killed for it, Bill.
I'm not espousing it. I'm explaining why it's bullshit.
Well, you should be killed anyway.
Somebody will, no doubt.
You should have it. Your ear cut right off by a bullet. But the idea, the whole I hate conspiracy theories on any way. And that this thing about like this was a big setup, and a guy on a roof, a hot tin roof, 149 yards away, is set up to almost hit Trump. Is It's just acid. He was a stupid. Uh, look, look how isn't it funny? The mass shooters and all of them, these people. Um, Look how like they're always like really ugly, and
They're dorks. Yeah, they're dorks that got picked on in high school and they want to take it out on society.
you got it right. What I was saying is that like nobody wants to have sex with them. You know what I mean? Like if they were 4 notches better looking, they'd be getting laid and shit. And they wouldn't be thinking about like I'm going to go buy a ladder at Lowe's and take it to the parade ground.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, of course, the use. Okay, what happened happened, and that's all there is to it. And then everybody wants to make up all of these conspiracy things, but the truth marches on.
Yeah.
And
I was going to get to that, Ellen, and yeah, that the people died, so that's also a reason why I don't think it was a setup.
yeah, and is it a boon, as they say, to Trump? Yes, it is. He comes to the convention as a battle scarred warrior and victim. I mean, his son going like, and they tried to ruin our family. They tried to put my dad in jail, and they tried to kill him. Who's they? You know what I mean? We're all sitting there shocked watching it too, and it's like the Democrats, and it's all such crap. It's a lone nut, and everybody has to have it be wedged into the divide. It doesn't fit in the divide. It's a lone weirdo incident. Kind of like the way Pat Conn lives.
Yeah, Pat Conn, where were you doing during those vital 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, the CIA. It's been proven what they will do, and there are other. If you got enough money, you can get anything you want done. You find people that are already on the edge, and you start filling their heads with shit and giving them ideas and making them think it was their idea when you just happen to. This dude. The story is that he stole his dad's gun, but the CIA and name your fucking organization has supplied people with weapons and not really told them directly to do it, but kind of put the idea in their head and be like, "Oh, we'd be so proud of you. We'd be so proud of you if you would do this for us." You know what? It's just they do shit like that, and I don't know that that's what happened here, but it's a thing.
Kumbaya. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, what would it be like if we were having Trump's funeral this week? Or what if it happened to Biden? Biden, Biden, Biden.
Well, I don't think that Trump is out of the woods. I don't want. And anytime you do political assassinations, that's like some communist shit. It should not be. I don't care how much I dislike a political incumbent or whatever. Um, I just have a real problem with things being done that way. That's not what our country's supposed to be founded on.
So what you're saying is that instead of what did happen, that you would like to see Sam Clinton standing there and have it mash right into his forehead and that he would still hold, he'd jostle the podium a little bit, jostle the podium a little bit, and then keep on going with his speech, even with the blood and brains pouring out. Yes. Yeah. Is that
Oh,
what?
come on. We both know that you'd be up there on that stage and packing his brains back in and telling him to keep giving a speech while you prepare his body for burial.
I'd be like, get to the end notes, get to the end notes. Oh, yes, I'd give him a fabulous funeral. Glitter, all kinds of, sparklers. Just, it'd be amazing. I might enlist a doctor mortician to help me. Yes, it would be. I crave it.
Why is it if FCC wants to go live, I'll hand over the stage. I got no problem with that. I just can't handle his shitty fucking music sometimes.
Bill, did you write the song "My Woman" from Tokyo?
Yes, I wrote any song, any hit song between 1984 and present day. I wrote it.
Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Yep, wrote it.
Did you write that after you waddled out into your farm and fucked a chicken?
No, it was early that day, so it would have been before.
That's just always been my theory. I mean, I don't want to smear you with lies on the internet. That would be ridiculous.
Who would do such a thing?
Mm. There's a Shauna Dennis in here saying that she's got to go to work and she's going to go to bed.
She's one of those losers that has a job. I mean, come on, what's wrong with people?
An idiot, Shauna. You're out of your mind. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have a welfare office where you are? What's going on? You should just ban her right off. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, she's not in full on live stream addiction yet, but once, as we know, once you get there, yeah, you will cease to work.
I don't care for her last name. So, Dennis, would you like to go around having Dennis as the last name? I don't care for that. I think she needs to suffer.
Oh, we can make them suffer.
Well, but here's a serious bad thing is she's like, I'm not on welfare. And it's like, every single switchy doodly doo that we said implied about you going to work and all that. So your comment there is that you're not on welfare makes you a bit dull. Step it up, Shauna Dennis. Step it up. Oh, she's Irish. You mean like Irish?
That explains it.
As in you're wait. Are you Irish as in you're in Ireland, or are you just a freaky amalgaloid of Irishness in the United States? Like my family claims to be.
Yeah, I have some Irish heritage, but I'm a mutt. I'm a mix of about everything.
That's what I've always said about my family is like, so what's your roots? And I'm like, just plain American, as in like it's such a German, Irish, Polish mix that it's nothing. I'm just as white as you can fucking get.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start claiming. Like I know that I don't know what my percentages are, but like my mom's grandma was full-blooded native Indian, and my dad also has quite a bit of that on his side. I think I'm just not gonna mention the rest of it. I'm just gonna start claiming that I'm full-blooded Indian from now on, and maybe buy a casino or something.
Well, I've always felt that you were probably black as coal, black as night. By your voice and your mannerisms, and by the talk of your enormous penis.
Oh shit! Here we go. It's about to get real, y'all. What's going
Yo,
on,
Col-
Richard B?
yo, Colfax, will you pop a titty for me? I've been waiting for a decade.
Oh crap!
I even
Yeah,
took a nap.
top of pity.
I even took a nap in your bed. You will you pop a titty for me, bro? What's that about? Thought we were like BFFs at this point. You know how people throw out the friend word around here. I thought we were friends, bruh.
Well, first of all, try and sound like my cock isn't in your mouth, as in speak and breathe and enunciate.
I
I
don't
could.
know. I don't remember your cock in my mouth, so if I don't remember, it didn't happen. That's just
Uh, I beg to differ.
You
right.
don't remember his cock in your mouth, but do you remember your mouth over his cock? That's
Mm,
the pertinent question.
I don't remember either. So if I don't remember, it didn't happen. That's my go-to.
I think that Meow got us not kicked out, but like treated unfriendly at a very old bar because they thought we were fruitcakes, and they thought that because of him, not
No,
me.
they thought that because of you. I know what you're talking about.
Well, you
That was because of
you
you.
got off easy, Colfax. The last guy got stabbed.
How do you know about the stabbing?
Oh lordy. Oh good lordy. Oh add mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
So,
and going forward, we don't pop titties, we top pitties around here.
Okay, Colfax, top of titty, top of biddy.
so are you gonna like fling out some nasty, horrible thing that makes Bill be in trouble, or is that just reserved for me? I'm stuck.
No, I'm not here to dox anyone. I'm talking about Nicholas Tomasulo. Is that what we're talking about?
Go again.
Meow, don't
All right. All right.
was that somebody's real name?
It's already been said. It's
Well, right, yeah.
Uh,
Where were you when the shooting happened? He's
we
gone.
don't do that here.
See, that's the thing is he always does that to me, and I've screamed at him, I've slapped him over it, and of course you got phones and all that record pieces, and it's like, yeah, it looked bad back what happened, but I still didn't know it was going to happen like it was possible. Whatever, I'm done with that. Fuck Frogger. It's ridiculous for even if he's
Yeah, we don't do
and,
the doxing. Even if it's somebody I don't like, I mean, like if somebody really needs it, I'll do it myself. You know, we don't throw random doxes in here.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he would come along. In the backwoods, we'd go walking. Cousin Billy would take me walking. Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Meow is an interesting, funny person, but he's drinking himself to death in a way that makes it less so. You know what I mean? Like he will always
Yeah,
you have a live and have him on it. He will always reach on your Titanic door in the ocean and drown you. He will always do it. He will always do it. And people can go, I love it, and supported it, but it's. I did a live the other night. He called 3 times, and I hung up on him each time, and it was like because he just couldn't stop sneaking it in, and I'm tired of that.
all right, Shauna, take it easy.
Go to hell, Shauna. I didn't care for you.
To hell. I just messed up my chat.
What a shame, you know what I mean? Like Meow comes out, he's all mumbly, I can't hear what word he's saying, and then bye Shauna, actually, just kidding. But what a shame, you know what I mean? Like he can't stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean, one day we all know it's gonna. He knows it too. It's gonna catch up to him, and then life is really gonna suck.
Josh wants to inform everyone that I am like the Charles Bukowski book Barfly, although he probably doesn't know that and just wants to uh, portray me as a bum in a bar. I don't know why he doesn't come here and take me out. We could have a boring old time, and then I could just do him, and then he could leave. Maybe I
I
can.
I I thought about hiring a hitman to finally take me out. It'd be a mercy killing, really. Um, but not tell him that it's me. I just want to see if I still got the reflexes that I used to. And if he gets the best of me and takes me out, fine, fair play.
Are
I don't know. I just need some action.
Are you in touch with the marshalists at all?
A little bit.
He might do that. He and I are just talking uh, about going to a certain infamous storm drain in the middle of the country that had an infamous incident in it in about 1904 or something. And you know what I mean? Like, he and I both are, well, he had money. For me, it's more money, as in, like, for me to drive that far and all that. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, like, we'll play around with that forever and never do it, but maybe, you know, I want to go to that storm. I've been wanting to go to that storm drain for about 16 years now, just because of what happened in there. It was so amazing.
What did you say happened in there?
I didn't say, but I guess I could. It was in
Oh, well, I mean, it's up to you.
when they built it, before they built the connecting section that would send the water down. They had a big giant banquet in there, and it was publicized all over the world. And I mean, like, blocks and blocks and blocks of tables set with elegant tableware and waiters and shit like that. So it was in Waterloo, Iowa, and
Hmm.
both of us would have to travel a long way to get there. But it was, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so funny. It's not like a terrible explosion happened. It's just like the mayor, the governor. Well, the governor couldn't come, but the point is, all of the big wigs all around the state and others came and had this enormous dinner in this very clean pipe, and it's still, of course, it still exists. You know what I mean? It's a massive city waterworks. And,
It's a big culvert, and is that what you're saying?
yeah, so I was looking it up and going, I was sending in pictures like, look, I I found like the entrance. We'd have to slog through 4 blocks of uh, water, and that's the big thing is, like, don't know how much water, down to your ankles or up to your dick or more, and up to your dick that's the problem. As in, like, the one in Denver that he and I have gone to is it can be like, not with him, it was fine, but other times I went up there with other urban explorers, and one time, literally having to hold your cigarettes, lighter, phone, and all that to get through the first part, and then it gets down to nothing. But you know what I mean? Like, nothing worse than it's gonna make it so you have to hold everything. I don't mind like up to your knees, slogging through some water, but anyway, I would love to get to that spot and see. There'll always be something. You know what I mean? There'll always be other people that got there and wrote shit on the wall and all that. Like climbing Everest. Of course, it's not that level of difficulty, but what I mean.
Right.
Got it. It's just the photos are just amazing of those tables. Mhm.
I'd like to know what's going on, Warbot. What's going on, Anthony?
I'd like to take Warbot up there too. Yes. Since I understand that he lives in Waterloo, Iowa. That's what my generals tell me. Yes, my generals. Yes.
Yeah, YouTube's been real bitchy lately about not letting people comment. It happens to me too. Like even, it could be something completely benign, um, and for whatever reason, YouTube's just been not allowing it sometimes.
I just picture this: get all the way up that storm drain and get to the spot. Obviously, it must have been open where they had the the banquet in 1904, and then finished that thing. They must have finished both ends, and then they had this thing where people could walk, the dignitaries could walk in on, and then had blocks and blocks of tables, and I can just picture fucking Warbot going like, "Is there any ketchup?" And one of the waiters was like, so he has to walk 5 blocks up the drain and out to the store to get some. Fuck Warbot, in short, is what I'm saying. You make me nervous, and now you make me say fuck Warbot for no reason, just because I had to say something.
Well, I mean, you said it about everybody else. We don't want them to feel left out now, do we?
He should be killed. He should be killed.
How long has this been? It's
Long,
been
long.
going on for.
Yes. Uh, since Warbot has been doxxed from Waterloo, Iowa, to Virginia, to this, that, the other. I'd really like to know where he was on the Trump assassination attempt night.
I think it's hilarious when people attempt to dox Warbot because I know his real name, and like they aren't like they must just like throw darts or something to come up with these names because they aren't even close to where he's at, or like not even close to his real name. I don't get it.
Charlie Wentworth. I know, I know.
Damn it!
Oh, fuck!
Shit.
Oh, shit. He's gonna be mad, mad, mad.
Why would you do that, JT? We've carefully we were carefully crafting his downfall. It was going to be beautiful. It was going to be big. It was going to be amazing. And you just took it out with one fucking sentence. I hope you're
I,
happy with yourself now.
I could have sold that info to, the most esteemed man in the community, Mr. Shishattle. Oh my God! I could have gotten $20, $30. Oh Jesus! Mm. Charlie Wentworth from Waterloo, Iowa. That's Warbot for you. Get him! Get him! Kill him! Do you want Warbot to be
Well,
killed?
even if they ever do figure out his real name, uh, the man has enough assets to move mountains. They wouldn't really stand a chance.
I heard he owns 4 KFC outlets.
And a BMW.
Hmm. Hmm. And once again, he's talking about something. Who knows what the fuck he's talking about? He should be killed. He should be killed. What is this co-sell shit? Ugh. 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 I feel like showing the rivers.
Oh, they must be talking about Howie Cosell. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was a good one.
why is that coming up? Oh, because he
I don't
imitates
know.
Cosell a lot. He does it really great. He does a really great Howard Cosell imitation. I'll never forget Howard Cosell announcing John Lennon's death. Well, we've been holding on to this. I guess we got to go. John Lennon assassinated tonight outside the Dakota Building in New York. Mm-hmm. You see, there's Warbot again connected with an assassination.
I put Howard Cosell right up there, like just above Robin Leach. Do you remember him? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Oh yeah, and I bet Warbot could do if he wasn't scheduled for merger soon, due to the internet and me deciding that that's okay. I bet Warbot could do a fantastic Robin Leach. Perhaps he's already
Oh
done so
yeah.
without saying it.
Well,
Tasteful.
we're not executing him until like next Thursday, so there's time still.
Yeah, that's okay. We never nailed that down. So okay, it's 11:57 here, so it's 12:57 for you, right?
It's 1:57 here,
Oh, wow. See, I'm good thing.
and I don't know why.
Good thing I asked because we wouldn't want to leave Warbot standing on that stump to have the bullet go through his head. For an
I,
an hour, he might go,
I
fuck it all and leave.
I thought we were hanging him. Are we shooting him now? I mean, it's still the same stump though, right?
Okay, we got to get our shit together. We got to have a group
Mm,
once again on Zumba. We got to have a Zumba. This is ridiculous because
yeah.
I'm totally under the impression Thursday at noon, Colorado time. This is ridiculous.
Oh, it's Colorado time now? Man, you
Well,
got to have your people talk to
that
my people, and we need to get some shit straight.
so that would apparently be 2 o'clock your time, and you know, for all we know, we all leave like pussy bastard didn't show up, and then he does show up at 4 o'clock, and he's like, woo, that Clint Eastwood movie, woo, he just stands there on the stump like guys, and nobody kills him. We can't disappoint more about that bad. I mean, he deserves a proper, timely killing.
Yes. Is it possible to have an interpreter for JT? Yeah, Sock. Maybe you don't know. But if you take your voice changer, there's a switch on the back. You just flip it to interpret and play JT's voice through the voice changer on the interpret mode, and it'll come out just fine.
There's where you're wrong. The proper answer is to interpret me, is to go to the liquor store and buy a gallon of whiskey and glug, 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 and then it's all crystal clear.
That helps. I actually have a jug of half a jug of Captain Morgan's right here next to me. I'm thinking about tapping into. I gotta I gotta put my guns away first, but yeah.
Well, I haven't, there was a huge period in my 20s where rum and coke, walk into a bar, what do you want? Rum and coke. I did that to death. I didn't make myself sick of it, but I just wore it out. Maybe I should bring that back at this point. It just
Well,
doesn't.
the only reason it's only drank down this far is because that's all the farther the straw would reach. I just put a couple of straws in this motherfucker and went to town.
Um, have you checked your tracker on now that we've been talking about this? That puffer that we put on Warbot's car, has it moved?
Not not at all.
He's smart enough not to drive his own car. He knows, he knows we're on
Yeah,
to it.
he just pays the neighbor kid $5 to go start it for him.
Mm. Isn't it funny? Like so many, there are people that actually hate Warbot like crazy, and it's like, why would To me, it's just so crazy about this rotten, awful community that I'm trying not to be in, but yeah, right now I am again. It's like, I mean, yeah, he's a friend of mine, been nice to me and all that, but aside from that, I mean, like, really, what does he do that makes him
Oh
so
shit.
hateful? As in, like, he must seriously be killed or operated on or doxxed.
Well, I'm thinking about giving him a cat head. I think that if we remove his head in the right way, there would be enough of a stump there that we could probably make like a Medusa cat out of him. Put a whole bunch of cat heads.
Oh, I thought you meant that you would send Cat Eyes to give Warbot head in Waterloo, Iowa.
Man, we really got to get our notes together, man.
I know. It's been too long since the last meeting. Everything seems weird and disconnected. And, I haven't heard from Dunya in days. I don't know what's going on.
I would chalk that up as a plus. All
Oh,
right, y'all. My battery's running low. Oh, JT's got it going on now.
yeah, I'm pouring something, and there may be some splashes on the counter. And
Oh, God forbid.
very important to type in about that on the internet. Yes. Very. Don't you just love people that, like, their whole thing, your cup or your spill and all that is, it's just like, that's the big crux of their contribution is like, you left a spill on the counter. Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. 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 Are you dead?
All
What
right,
happened?
Sock. Nope. No problem. Thank you for putting up with it.
I think Sock has body odor. It's just,
All right, Mr. Colfax, this is where we part ways for the night. I'm hanging this shit up.
you're on your way to Warbots, aren't you?
Yes, I'm actually crouched in the corner of his den right now. He just doesn't know it yet. When he comes in here to smoke his cigar, I'm going to jump out and scream, "Surprise!"
The stupid fool. He's gonna walk out muttering some kind of 70s disco song. Burn, baby, burn. He's gonna be all high. You can smell the weed everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Burn.
Oh, yeah.
And he's looking for a different pipe or something. Burn, baby, burn. And then you're gonna show him. You're gonna show him good. We don't tolerate no warbotism around this proper and decent community.
Yeah, I got a good one too. When I do close in hits, I wear nothing but a G-string and a holster, so that when they see me, they kind of go into shock for a second, and it gives more time to take them out before they can hit me back.
Well, I hope you have a GoPro so that we can all see Warbot's shocked expression, like, ah, big fruitcake weirdo in a G string. Ah, and then of course, then the pics of his head being blown off and all that, which is hysterical and funny
Yes,
because,
we will be premiering it at the Christmas party.
oh, yes. Hmm.
All right, JT, I'll give you one final statement, a quick one.
This community is awful. It's poison, and I'm really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really not here that much. Never saying I'm leaving. Never have said that. Never will. But I am so low level of watching the crapola these days, and it's better. It's best. It's best for life. This community is useless and awful and terrible. And so many people picking, just paying attention to every little detail with, I don't know, like 12 different panels going on these days. And it's like, my God, if you were in that, it's just terrible. It's just terrible that you listen
Yeah.
hours of this, that, NTF, for example. I mean, I don't hate her, but she annoys, her atmosphere annoys me. But the idea that you know everything that happened in NTF day after day after day, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I'm out of that. I'm still in the grip of just watching, waiting for the fiery car crash. But everyone should leave this. Leave it. There's no good to be had here.
Yeah. Yeah, what they have is not part of what we are. They are something totally different. They do not represent this so-called community. They have their own thing. None of them have been around for like 4 or 5 years, like most of us over here have. I mean, they got Bobby Joe, but she's just a hanger on, so that don't really count.
All right. Well, why don't you lay down and take a take a rest now, and
I will.
keep your gun close by. You never know who's creeping, and uh,
Hmm.
I'll talk to you in weeks or a month from now or something. Yeah.
All right, man. Don't be afraid to stop by. And yeah, I got my gun pretty close here, just in case. Oh shit! Hey,
Mhm.
honey, cover yourself up. People can see you. All right. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I'm. Unless I'm getting fucked up, I'm always strapped.
Okay. So, but the main thing is, I'll see you at Warbots on Thursday at 4 p.m. your time.
Oh no. Okay, we're supposed to be at Warbots or at the Stump. Because do you know what? No, we'll have your people contact my
Fuck
people.
it.
We'll get it all straightened out.
Fuck it. Let's abandon it for this week. We'll work it out next week. People are on vacation. Fuck it.
All right, and that is a perfect ending. Sorry about that, JT, but I wanted the last thing people to see was you saying "fuck it" with your arms, doing that thing that they do. All right, y'all. Whatever yarrow means, and hold on, let me get rid of that. I would tell you to stay blessed, but I don't really care. I hope you're all doing well. I mean, I don't really care about that either. Uh, yeah, I only want to hear from females for the whole rest of the night. All right, y'all. Stay naked.